this is part 3. So let's get started. Keith cleaned his blade in his room. Alex was already off at daycare. Keith wanted to stay in I'm guessing in the room, to avoid you-know-who. Keith huffed and put down his blade beside him. It was becoming a little more blurred to see Lance. Suddenly, Gravell's voice boomed over the speakers. Members of the mission of Voltron at our side, come to the center. Or central, whatever, I don't care. Keith ran out of his room and put on his mask as Voltron entered the curve. I used to be able to speak. Not anymore, apparently. Center. I don't care. He refused to look at Lance, who hid himself behind the Blade member. Gravell spoke. Members, Voltron has found a new Gara ship heading our way. We are planning to surprise attack don't know that word, can't pronounce it, don't care. Them. We will leave at 200 hours. Keith nodded as he was dismissed. Only 1 hour until the attack. Nothing could go wrong, right? Keith and the other Blade members, aside to the members, ran quite alongside Voltron. Keith's heart pounded as he ran right next to Lance. Lance looked around with hope, looking for a man that was right next to him. They came across a hallway with multiple doors. Shiro looked at the team. We are going to separate. Everyone nodded and went into their separate doors. Of course, Lance and Keith found themselves alone, running down court, and stopped at the door. Keith looked at the door. There's a lot of soldiers. Just take them down quietly, then we can join the team. Lance nodded and walked to the left, while Keith went to the right, hiding behind boxes of assortments and laser guns. Lance crept behind a soldier, wrapped his hands around his mouth, pulling him behind him. The Gara let out a muffled scream and tripped over the box, spilling I don't care what that word says out of it. The Gara looked at him and Lance. Keith cursed and jumped on top of a Gara soldier in front of him, and the fight began. Guns, swords, blades, everywhere. Gara dropped dead on the ground, and Lance and Keith swiftly went around the room. Lance admired York as he moved. It was similar to his lost love. Lance chuckled sadly as he shot a Gara in the throat. Keith jumped and swooshed his sword with the Gara much bigger than him. The Gara was huge, with similar eyes and with small ears and deep yellow eyes. He grinned, and the Gara was shooting him with the guns, while Keith tried to use his small size and as an advantage. It wasn't working. Where the fuck was I? Keith, shooting small size. It wasn't working. Keith glanced over to Lance, who was fighting perfectly with no worries. The Gara saw his distraction of his advantage. As an advantage, Keith looked back and the Gara gun transformed into a freaking sword and swooshed Keith's face, including the mask protecting the button. His face was revealed. Lance looked at Keith. York, I got... Lance dropped his gun. Keith's violet eyes met his, and Lance covered his mouth with his hand in a mess of emotions. York form switched between Gara and human. Tears welled in Lance's eyes, and Keith stabbed the Gara in the chest and put back on his mask and ran. He ran despite Lance calling him. He ran despite hearing Lance's desperations of crying and tears. But that's all for today. Oh, that was short. Okay. Well, that's all for today. You already know tomorrow I'm going to post part 2. And I'm surprised this is only like 7 to 8 minutes. But stay wild. See you guys next time. Bye.